Hey, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you how to make Spanish rice. So the first thing you're going to need is this Goya seasoning. Now I'll leave links to everything I'm using in this video in the video description in addition to the pinned comment, so feel free to check out those links in order to buy the products I'm using in this video. So this Goya seasoning is something that you'll put into the rice cooker along with the uncooked rice. So the next thing you're going to need is some uncooked rice. So there's a bunch of different kinds of rice you could actually buy, and also a bunch of different shapes. You could do long grain, short grain. You could also do like jasmine rice, Spanish rice, whatever your preference is in terms of what type of grain and type of rice you actually want. Okay, so the next thing you're going to want is some form of meat. Now, for this demonstration, I'm actually just using like canned chicken just because I didn't have a lot of time to actually be able to make a meat for this meal, so I decided to just go the lazy route and buy some canned chicken. But you could use chicken that you cook yourself, you could use any type of meat really. The next thing I'm going to add is some black beans, because black beans is a really good source of protein if you don't have a lot of meat within your meal. So I decided to add a meat in addition to some black beans. Any type of black beans will work. Again, I just decided to go the lazy route and get canned black beans. And the last thing you're going to need to actually be able to make Spanish rice is a rice cooker. So I'll leave links to some of the rice cookers I've used in the past in the description below. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is actually take the pan out of the rice cooker, and I'm going to put it over here while I get my storage container full of rice. Next, I'm going to open this container with one hand, and you can see this is where I actually just store my rice. Move the pan a little bit closer. Actually just move the pan all together, and then I'm going to fill up the rice pan with however much rice I want. So 1 cup and 2 cups. So on this cup is actually units of measurement. So this is actually like 1 cup every time I scoop a cup of rice. And you need to know that because you're going to add 1 cup of water for every cup of rice. So I'm just going to even it out there, put it back in the rice cooker. Now, some people like to wash their rice. And what you would essentially do is just bring over the rice pan with the rice inside, fill it up with water, and then drain all of the rice out. Now, like I said before, you need 1 cup of water for each cup of rice. As you saw, I have 2 cups of water to add to my 2 cups of rice. Now, you don't have to use water. You could use like chicken broth or beef broth if you want to add a little bit more flavor to your rice. Just gonna shake it up a little bit just to make sure that it's all even and gonna cook evenly and thoroughly. And like I said, you're gonna want your Goya seasoning. I'm gonna grab that real quick. I'm having a little bit of issues doing all this with one hand, but here it is, the Goya seasoning, and you could just read the label there. Okay, here we go. We're just gonna add 1 packet of this Goya seasoning. Okay, just open the packet, and you can see here that it's gonna be really orange. Well, if you're using the same seasoning that I am, like I said, I'll leave links to this in the description below. But this is the seasoning I use every time that I want to make Spanish rice. And again, just gonna shake it a little bit just to make sure that all the seasoning that doesn't end up in one spot. Doesn't have to be perfect. And there we go, just all thoroughly mixed. Next, I'm going to add in my cooked meat. Like I said, this canned chicken does have chicken breast in there that is already cooked. So if you decide to go the unlazy route, be sure to cook your meat first. But since I'm using canned chicken, I'm going to drain the can to make sure there's not excess fluid being added into the rice cooker. And there we have SpongeBob just chilling in the sink. There we go, all properly drained. Okay, then I've opened up the can of my meat, and I'm just gonna throw that in there. Like I said, if you decide to use raw chicken, make sure it is cooked before you add it into the rice cooker, because the rice cooker is not going to cook your raw meat for you. Okay, just gonna mix around the meat a little bit just to make sure it's not clumped up on one place. Okay, so after you've added the meat to the rice cooker, again, just gonna give it a nice little shake, and then I'm gonna close the rice cooker, make sure it's plugged in, and then hit the power button. And here I'm going to hit the white rice button. Camera focus. Okay, there we go. Click on white rice, and it's just going to cook the rice I added in. Okay, so once the rice is done cooking, you are good to add the black beans. So here I am adding the black beans, and I'm just going to shut the rice cooker again just to allow the black beans to get a little bit warm. Now, however much time you want the black beans to sit in your rice cooker is up to you. I usually like to let it sit for like 5 to 10 minutes, and then afterwards I like to finally scoop up my Spanish rice and enjoy my meal. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if this video helped you out, be sure to hit that like button and enjoy your Spanish rice.